Hey guys, welcome back to MFO. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. Springtime is a time that a lot of guys throw red crankbaits and things like that. It's also a time when spinnerbaits can be really effective. And how do you kind of put that red, touch on your spinnerbaits? Well, quite honestly, I don't buy a lot of spinnerbaits that come with red blades or red coloring, but I do like to have it. In fact, my buddy Miles made that one switch where he switched on the Harris chain from throwing spinnerbaits, and he put a red blade on and immediately found out that that was the key to getting bit. I noticed it when I passed him by as he was throwing spinnerbaits at cypress trees, and I thought, he's on to something there. When we come back, I'm gonna show you what you can do. You don't have to go out and buy all brand new spinnerbaits that have red blades on them. Show you a quick little tip, and it might just involve kind of sneaking into your wife or girlfriend's medicine cabinet up in the bathroom. We'll be back right after this.
Go. Keeper number one. On the Power Finesse sling blades. Definitely throwing a trailer today. All right. Right on. See, it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard.
Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher. Yeah, this is really just a tip of keeping a certain item in your terminal tackle box. Let me show you here. I've got my terminal tackle box where I've got all sorts of little things, whether it be beads or pens or O-rings, but one of the items that I have is just some red nail polish. This isn't really Megan's color, so I went and bought it. But now, when I've got a typical spinnerbait here, and I want to put a little bit of red on it, I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to try and be careful. I'm in my boat. I want to make sure I do this carefully. I'm just going to put a little bit of red nail polish on that blade. Let me turn it around. And you can see, and I'm gonna get both sides. I'm gonna get the front side and the back side. But you let that dry, and you get that kind of painted on there like that, and that will stay just like it stays on a woman's nails, and that'll give you that red flash, and you don't have to go out and buy all new spinnerbaits. Now you've got one that you've painted red, and you can go back and use it again. If you need to, you can scratch that finish off, and you go back to having one that's regular. But this finish using nail polish will stay on there all day long for sure, if not for all season long, unless you actually scratch that off. So the reality, guys, is if you want to add just a little bit of red to your spinnerbait, and I usually do that, I usually put it on that first blade there, you can get that little bit of red, which, believe it or not, it has a huge attracting power, especially in the spring, and especially if the watercoloring is a little bit dingier. You still get that flash and that vibration from the spinnerbait, but that red just does that one thing to kind of make that pop and gives that fish a target to hone in on. Guys, just a brief little video. This is for sure. Keep some red nail polish in your boat. We all work with dyes and things like that, but a little red nail polish on your blade is absolutely the way to go. I'm gonna make sure that I get this set aside so that I don't get nail polish all over my boat and all over myself. But I'm gonna stock up on some Maybelline or whatever this is. And guys, we will see you again tomorrow for another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors. Take care, everybody.